Hey guys, I have exciting news. I have just been monetized on YouTube. And I want to thank each and every one of you for joining me on this journey of turning this wooded 1-acre lot into a garden. And if you're new to the channel, my name is Whitney and I garden in Virginia Zone 7 on a wooded 1-acre lot covered in trash from the previous owner, with the dream of turning this whole property into a garden on a budget. So let's go ahead and do a garden tour so I can introduce you guys to the garden. I'm going to show you the good, the bad, and the ugly. And thank you all for sticking with me. So this is the center of the garden. The house is on a hill, so we had to build a rather large staircase to lead into the garden. I did plant some lemon coral sedum in some of the spaces of the steps to see if I can kind of get it to cascade down the face of the bricks. I think that will look nice on each side of the steps to try to help control erosion. I have daylilies planted rather thickly. That's going to be a beautiful show once they all start to bloom. And at one point the staircase was curved and it met up to the planting in the center, but now it's not. When my husband started to put the bricks in, he thought it would be easier if it just went straight down instead of curved. I don't mind that this doesn't line up, but it does line up with the red bud that shades that whole bed behind this planting. This is some bridal reef spirea. Kind of need to plant that pot up. So the steps does break off into two paths. You can go down that way or that way. If you're going left, it's going to lead you to the woodland garden, which has not been made yet. And if you're going to go all the way right, it's going to lead you to the vegetable garden. We are going to go left. I do have a little bit of damage on this oak leaf ruby slippers hydrangea. The buds are beautiful though. I do need to do some weeding over here. I kind of neglected this whole space over here. I have some spirea. This is another little hill. I believe that's a little lime hydrangea. I need to weed this whole entire area. I have some roses, climbing roses, and I have some quickfire hydrangeas. Those roses look beautiful, but this whole area, invasive vine, this whole area is a mess. Hopefully, I'm not sure if I'll get this cleaned up, honestly. Probably should, but I might just wait till the fall. I want to get another set of stairs going down this way, but that's in the works. I'm still planning all of that. This will be the woodland garden. I'm gonna get in here in the wintertime and hopefully clear out a lot of this. I do have quite a few trees we will be keeping. The larger trees, of course, but I have some red bud trees that I'm gonna be keeping, and there is a few dogwood trees as well in this area. So hopefully I can get a lot of this cleared out, get some pathways in, and some flower beds. Now this is my fern covered pathway. Once again, I have neglected this. I really do need to do a lot of weeding over here. The plan was to make the pathway a little bit wider so I can add even more ferns. I have some Christmas ferns, some cinnamon ferns, Japanese painted fern right there, some ostrich ferns as well. I went to my mom and dad's property and they gave me quite a few ostrich ferns. I love them. That's one there and one here. And that's going to lead down to this area. Once again, all of this will be a woodland garden. Maybe make another pathway through this area right here. I do have a wildlife pond and this little flower bed right here. I have some hellebores, some different hostas, which more damage, I don't know, deer, rabbit, gopher, something like that. Hellebores, some hostas as well over in this area, ferns. This is really gorgeous fern right here. Not sure the name. I actually dug this out of the woods and planted quite a few over here. I have neglected this. This is honestly one of my favorite areas of the garden. I like the way the staircase breaks off into two different pathways, and you can take 2 more steps to go even further down into the garden. And here is some of that ugly I was talking about. A lot of damage. This, I usually get a beautiful show from these hostas. They grow really thick over here. This whole area is shaded, but something has came along and made it their buffet. So I'm a little bit upset with that, but luckily they all come back. I have some gorgeous shade perennials I'm going to be planting and some annuals I'm going to get in here soon. So I hope you guys join me for that planting when I clean out this little area over here. Another flower bed. This is all irises and some variegated hydrangeas. They never do well over here. I probably will end up moving those somewhere else in the garden. And this flower bed right here. This crepe myrtle will be removed as well out of this flower bed to give it a little bit more sun. Looks like some things are suffering a bit. I do have 2 large sweet summer hydrangeas over here. They don't have any buds on it yet. Some hibiscus that's rather leggy. Some butterfly bushes. Coneflower, abelia. Some more daylilies with some buds on it. Beautiful rose. And some more damage. I'm guessing deer. This one's a little bit taller. Actually, there are some tracks that are over here. I mean, I'm not sure what did all that. So, probably maybe a deer. I don't know. My mom just showed me a photo off a Ring camera. There's a bear that lives in her neighborhood, so could be a bear. We do get bears here, but I'm not 100% sure. But hopefully, when I clear this area out, I'm going to get in a cute little tool shed and a potting table over in this area. In this further far over here area, hopefully it's going to be a outdoor fireplace. And this path will continue on down there to connect to the other side of the garden. And this will be also a nice big border full of perennials and shrubs and annuals. I'm not sure when that project will be done. Most likely, probably not next year. I might try to go ahead and finish out this path so I can mark out where I want the flower bed for that border to be. But I'm not sure yet. So now we're going to go to the vegetable garden. I just love this area. This is like my favorite area of the garden. So I have some tomatoes going. So we have tomatoes, a few different peppers. This whole area needs to be weeded again. I have 8 tomatoes, a few different peppers, some strawberries. On the trellises, there are some climbing beans. I have corn, another pepper right there. I'm not sure what this is. This did self-seed here. I'm thinking it's some kind of melon, but I'm not like 100% sure on that. And in this bed right here, I have a lot of different squash that's going. Cucumbers right there. And this might be zucchini, maybe. Looks great. And this is a butterfly bush that's self-seeded here. I left it here because I'm not sure where I'm going to plant it at in the garden. And this is some asparagus beans. So I can't wait till everything starts growing a little bit more. Hoping to get a good yield out of the garden. I do have some flowers on the tomato plants, so and out. So I am working on getting some edging for the garden. It is a rather large garden, so it's going to cost a lot. And I was working on some do-it-yourself edging. So this is not permanent. I'm still working out all that. I have a hydrangea here with some buds. Obedient plant. And behind this flower bed is a hedge of incredible hydrangeas. Iris. This is another, I think this one is Quickfire Fab hydrangea. Hibiscus and some different daylilies. I believe they're reblooming daylilies. Tinkerbell, I believe that's the name. Chase tree and a couple of rows of Sharons. And Manhattan euonymus. I'm planning on planting this beautiful, large, what is it? I forgot the name. Bleeding Heart. I'm planning on planting this Bleeding Heart in this spot right here, so that's why that's sitting there. I have another hydrangea, another Quickfire. No, this one is Quickfire Fab. I believe this one is like Strawberry Sundae, something like that. And Bobo hydrangeas. I have 3 on this corner. Black lace elderberry, some spirea, and as you go up this little stairs, this leads to the second level of the vegetable garden because the house is on a hill once again. So I have a lot of different hostas and some corbels, and everything that I planted here was on clearance. I got everything last fall. All of these are clearance plants, and I just decked out this whole area. And then I have a little bit of sedum right here. More corbels. I have some Gara at the end. And some more daylilies. In the second level of the vegetable garden, I have some sweet potatoes. I have 4 different types of green beans. And I have some green peppers right here. This one's taking a beating. I don't know what's eating this, but I'm gonna have to come out here and treat some stuff so I can try to get some vegetables out of this garden. But that's the second level. And I'm not sure, but these are 2 hydrangeas on each side of this path. Not sure of the name because when I bought them, they were labeled as Phantom, but I know they are not Phantom hydrangeas, so I'm not really sure which hydrangeas they are, but I do have some going bananas daylilies in this flower bed right here, some Abelia. This is my favorite rose, and it smells amazing. It's called Heirloom. And this lamb's ear looks great along with this lamb's ear. Really thick. I could probably split this up and plant it elsewhere in the garden. Veronica. Peony. I don't really have too much stuff in bloom, but a lot of things are loaded with buds. I do need to finish out this pathway, which will meet up to the other one. But this is a garden in the making, and there's a lot of stuff that needs to be done, but a lot of stuff that also looks gorgeous. This is my shade garden right here. So 3 large hostas. Well, I have some Astilbe right here. I think it's like Dark Side of the Moon, I believe. Some silver gumdrop heuchera. Diamond Lake hostas, which something has started to nibble on them as well. This tree never really leaves out that good. I don't know, maybe I need to fertilize it, but I think it's a tricolor beech tree, I think. Tricolor birch, something like that. I'm not 100% sure. Another Annabelle hydrangea, which has, I'm gonna say it's deer damage. It's a little too tall to be a rabbit. I do get the deer in the garden somewhat. Coral bells, obsidian, and bite out of that hosta. And look at this one right here. They ate all my Liberty hostas. I'm a little upset about that. And those coral bells, these did look gorgeous last week. And these were catching fire. And there's my Empress Wu hosta with a huge chunk out of it. But what can you do? I'm gonna have to get some repels all or something. Look at that. These were full and beautiful. But I mean, I still love this little shade garden right here. And I have open space right here. I am creating a garden right here. It's not finished yet, but this whole area is cleared for that. The back side of this flower bed, I have right here Wine and Roses Weigela. I have 3 planted over here. This is also some Weigela. I think it's My Monet. Japonica. This whole area of the garden right here is new. I did clear this out, but not as much as I want to clear it out. I have some boxwood, some hostas, striptease hostas, and bleeding heart, coral bells. I have some hellebores back there, and those hostas are, I believe, Patriot hostas right there. And once again, this whole area is new. I have not planted up this area yet. These perennials, I was going to plant annuals actually. I was going to plant over here, but I'm going to put those in the shade garden. Those will get a little more shade that they will like. I have this snowball bush right here. And I just planted up this area last week and mulched it. I still have to mulch and compost this whole area right here. But I have an Earth Angel Rose, Berry Awesome Hydrangea, Blue Muffin Viburnum back there, Blue Spruce. And I usually work on clearing in the winter time. So hopefully that will be done. I'm going to focus on the other side of the garden this year. This whole area, once again, was new. This was wooded all the way up to that arbor. I created this whole space in late winter. I am working on a secret garden in the back. Autumn frost hostas. My mom gave me this oak leaf hydrangea. Honestly, it's not doing too well. I do keep it well watered. Some hellebores. And this is where the secret garden will eventually be. I started clearing this area out. I was going to do a video over here this week, but there's some yellow jackets. The nest is in the ground. And last year I found out I was allergic to yellow jackets because I was mowing the lawn and there was a nest in the ground and I got stung and it wasn't good. So I'm going to get rid of those before I venture off in that area again. Some variegated Weigela. So this whole area was planted last week except for these 3 hostas. And this is some Ajuga, I believe. Burgundy Glow tucked in. Obedient plant. And I have a hydrangea with some blooms on it. I'm not really sure what the name of this one is. It was not labeled correctly when I bought it as well. I have some plants I need to get in the ground. I'm planning on adding quite a few more perennials to this bed. I do have these delphiniums that I'm going to add. and corbels right there, and this beautiful variegated rose of Sharon. But I do have some always afternoon daylilies over here. Rose. There's another rose right there. Think pink profusion. Salvia right there. Some Russian sage, which never really does good for me. I'm probably gonna remove that. Baptisia. Little quick fires that are starting to bud up. Some sedum. Some spirea all the way in the back over there. Once again, I'm going to deck this out with quite a few more perennials. This flower bed. Some irises. Boomerang lilac. Some alliums. Royal purple smoke tree. And this flower bed right here. This is going to get redone. I did cut down those trees in the back right there. So this left it a little unprotected, and it's all shade-loving perennials over here. So eventually this will be a sun-loving flower bed, and I will be removing all of this because some of the hostas have started to burn. So hopefully most of these probably will be going in a secret garden area. This is one of my favorite hostas in the garden. I just love how tall it is and how spread out it is. Some Brunnera. But once again, this will be sun-loving border as soon as I get all of that out. Hydrangea. Some more daylilies budded up. Some balloon flower. Yeah, these have buds on it as well. Fern leaf, bleeding hearts. And I have two limelight hydrangeas right here. And honestly, this is the second hydrangea I had to replace in this spot. Looks like it's starting to die out on this side. I'm not really sure what's going on, but if it does die, I'm probably gonna plant this limelight in the center, because technically I probably really only need one limelight for this area, but I got these on clearance, so I just put them both here. Some clematis in the back growing on the fence. More daylilies, peony, variegated sedum. Some phlox right here. And I have some Baby Joe pieweed in the back with a lot of height to it. And I had to really cut back this rose. It wasn't doing too well. I'm hoping I get some blooms out of it this year. Another butterfly bush. Crinkle white peony, which is out of bloom. And these were gorgeous immortality irises. And some pink yarrow that I got from my mom and dad. I do have some sweet peas down in that area too that are starting to put on some growth as well. So that is the garden tour, and hopefully one day this whole entire property will be garden. So thank you guys for joining me on this tour. Hope again to see you in the next one. Thanks. Bye.